or assign a room to a guest not yet arrived at the hotel. Every room is assigned a room status in the system. The room status indicates the activity for any room within the housekeeping department scope. The status is updated by the housekeeping department as soon as they have cleaned or inspected a room through an automatically interfaced system. Clean means that the room has been cleaned by the maid, but not yet inspected by the supervisor. Dirty means that the room is not cleaned yet by the maid. Out of order means that there is a defect in the room and that the room is not available for sale and that it will not be counted in the total inventory of the hotel. Out of order rooms are not fit to be occupied. Pick-up rooms means to alert housekeeping to make a room status determination by performing a final room check. Inspected are rooms that are clean and inspected by the housekeeping supervisor. They are ready for sale to the guest. Out-of-service rooms are rooms that are currently undergoing a service, however, that they may be occupied at a later stage during the day. Now, let's see how we can make a room assignment. This option is used to assign room numbers easily and rapidly before a guest checks in, or for a walk-in it will have to be done when a guest is checking in. You can access this screen through a number of ways. Through the Room Assignment subtab, which we usually use when we're assigning rooms for pre-arrival guests. Through the short key F3 inside the reservation screen, which we usually use when we have a walk-in guest. And last, through the drop-down menu and the reservation screen, which we usually use as well when we have a walk-in guest. Once you have selected a guest, then click on Assign and a new window will open. This will only display the vacant rooms that are available for sale and that are inspected. Use the room assignment search criteria to narrow your search for rooms to display in the grid. Date. This is for the current business date. However, you can change this in the system in case you want to assign rooms for a future arrival. Room class, for example, superior or deluxe room. Room type, for example, twin or double bed. Floor, higher or lower. Smoking or non-smoking. You can select as well features, like for example, the balcony. You can select for connecting rooms or room statuses. A list of available rooms matching the criteria specified is displayed in a room assignment screen. The room number, the room type, the housekeeping status as well as the front office status. The floor, either higher or lower. The features, which are the descriptions of the features of the room, like for example a balcony. Often the remarks field is not used. To select a room to be assigned, click on the column called X or with a little cross on the extreme left. You will also notice that there is a Hold Room button. This is to be able to hold a room for a guest for a certain period of time without assigning the room to a guest. The amount of time that you're able to hold the room is configured in your own property system. After selecting a room, click on OK and the room will be assigned, in this case room 328. A useful feature of this screen is that if you double click on top of any column of the table, it will sort the items in that column in ascending order. You will notice that the title of this column changes from red color to green, in this case the room number. This feature is useful when assigning rooms, for example, for a group. Back in the room assignment window, if you would like to verify your assigned room, then go to the Advanced Search screen by clicking on Advanced button. Select Assigned Rooms. The rooms assigned will show in this table. Chapter 6. Group Check-in. In this chapter, you will learn how to check in a group. A group is a number of guests that are booked under the same company or group. They may arrive at the hotel together. at the same time or individually at different times. If the members of a group arrive separately, the check-in is done like that of individuals that we just saw. If they arrive together, then we will see how to check in the group in this chapter. Go to the reservations icon, then click Box in the submenu on the left side. You will get this dialog box in which you'll find Business Block. Click on it. The Business Block screen appears in which you can search for the group reservation by the name of the group, the block code made by the reservation, this is the group booking code, or other search criteria. In addition, there is also an Advanced button to search by company agent, group name or other filters. Once you find the group, select it by clicking on it and press Edit to access the group booking details. You can also double-click on the group name. Then you will be directed to this screen of the Business Block. The Business Block screen will contain information about the booking source, the group name, the contact, and the group stay details. You will have covered this in the Group Reservations chapter in the Reservations module. You will need to click the Reservations button on the right side to see the group details and the rooming list. This screen will give you the rooming list of the group. The rooming list includes the confirmation number of each individual in the group. Each individual in the group has a unique confirmation number. The name of each guest who is part of the group. You will see the arrival and departure date, the number of people occupying the room type, the room number, the room rate, and the reservation status, for example, tentative or definite, indicated by the status number. You will notice that there is an Options button. The Options button can be used to edit any of the reservation details, for example, comments for one room, and then apply them to the rest of the rooms in the group. To have access to the other group options, for example, print the rooming list, you will need to click on the Options button on the right side of the screen. You will get the dialog box. To get this dialog box, you can always use the short key Alt-G. In the Group Options menu, you will find Rooming List to print the rooming list of the group, Checkin Group to check in all rooms in the group at the same time or selected rooms only. Room Assign is used to assign rooms automatically. Room Status is used to show the status of the rooms if they're clean or dirty. Print Registration Card is used to print a separate registration card for each guest of the group. New Postmaster is to add a master folio for the group. Delete is not used. Cut Keys is to issue room keys for the group. And Confirmation is to send individual confirmation letters to the members of the group. Click on Group Check-in and you will see a new window opening. You will be prompted to choose from the following options. Check-in options. Clean rooms only, all rooms, inspected rooms only, clean or inspected rooms, or by estimated time of arrival. Cut key options are cut keys for all group guests, prompt for each group guest, or do not cut keys to any guest in this group. Number of keys can be done per reservation or per adult per reservation. Print registration card can be done. Print registration cards to all group guests, prompt for each group guest, or do not print registration cards to any guest in this group. When you have made your choices, click Check-in. The system will direct you to Group Check-in dialog box. You need to choose the inspected rooms only, and if you want to issue keys from cut keys and print the registration card. Once selected, click again on Check-in. Now your group is checked into the hotel. You will see this confirmed in the status field. Click on Close, which will bring you back to the reservation screen of the group. check-in of the group, make sure to complete the routing of the room charge to the master folio as instructed. For example, room rate and breakfast of all group rooms need to be charged to the master folio. Extras, like laundry or telephone, will be posted to the guest folios. The routing instructions depend on the contract of the group and instructions received during the contract phase. To complete the routing, click on Options. The Reservations option menu will appear. From here, choose Routing. In the automatically opened routing instructions menu, select Room and then enter the master folio number in the room-to-room field. When you made the room assignment, you would have created a master folio number. Thereafter, click on the drop-down menu button next to the transaction field. In the next window, select the transaction code to be routed to the master folio by marking an X or a cross in the X or cross field in front of each of the items. Click on Add and then click on OK. The transaction code is a unique number that is assigned to any item that can be posted in the guest folio. A new screen will appear which shows you that you have now completed the routing for one room of the groups to the master folio. Once you have clicked on Close, the screen appears automatically, which allows you to complete the routing for all selected rooms in a group if wanted to. You need to select all guests in a group and then click on OK. Remember, previously we had mentioned that in the Options menu you could edit any detail for one member of the group and can apply it to the rest of the group, or selected groups from this option menu. You have now successfully completed the routing and check-in for your group. Chapter 7. Payment Method. In this chapter you will learn how to put payment method in the reservation screen for individual reservations as well as for groups. During the time of reservation, the reservation agent normally should have added the payment method already in the reservation screen. Upon check-in, we need to bring up the screen again in order to populate the payment details and reconfirm this. This may be credit card details, cash or city ledger, which means billing it to a company. This is a crucial function so that checkout will be smooth and quick for us and the guest. Go to the reservation screen from the front desk menu by selecting Arrivals from the sub-menu. Find the guest reservation by typing some letters from the guest name, click on Search and click on Edit to access the reservation of this guest. Once you entered into the reservation of the guest, click on Payment field drop-down menu. This will give you access to select the payment method that the guest will use to pay his invoice. Cash, check, credit card, city ledger, and so forth as shown on the screen. Select the appropriate method and click on OK. It is possible to have more than one method of payment for one guest. Take for example the scenario where a guest is paying for extras with a personal credit card and a room is being settled by his company. In this case, you would click on the little box next to the Payment drop-down menu. That will take you to this screen where you will be able to assign a maximum of 8 payment methods for this guest. Let us go quickly through this screen. In the table, you will see. Let us go quickly through this screen. To this screen where you will be able to assign a you would click on the little box next to the Payment drop-down menu. That will take you, click on the little box next to the Payment drop-down menu. That will take you to this screen where you will be able to assign a maximum of 8 payment methods for this guest. Let us go quickly through this screen. In the table, you will see windows correspond to the window number. Pay type is the method of payment. Credit card is for the credit card number as well as the credit card expiry date. Authorization rule is to define how many nights authorization is required. Amount or percent is the amount that is pre-authorized. The name of the guest or company in case of a third-party payment. AR number is the account receivable number for companies that have credit facilities with your hotel. Swipe is for systems with a credit card interface. When you have completed entering all the details, click on OK. This will take you back to the reservation screen. In the reservation screen, you will notice that the payment field has turned yellow. This is to indicate that there are multiple payment methods in the reservation. Another option of entering the credit card type and number is by going through the options menu. From this menu, click on credit cards to set authorization amount and the approval number. Click on authorization and you will get this screen. Click on the manual button. This will open another window. In this window you will enter the amount you wish to take as an authorization in the Amount Manually Approved field. And then type the authorization number of the credit card in the Approval Code field. Now click on OK. You will now find this in the reservation screen. The payment method and details are now completed for the credit card. This is confidential guest information. Credit card numbers are at no time to be written down on paper or on the registration card. Check.